Let's have a look at this new drum library from essentially a hip-hop drum legend. I'm just going to show you what I've really enjoyed so far. Komplete control compatible, so I can just go whoop and load it up just here. And there's a whole bunch of kits in here. We'll just load up the first one. And across your keyboard, they're laid out in a couple of ways. So over here on this top octave, where we've got the purple lights on the NKS, we've got loops. However, if we drop it down an octave, we've got all the individuals, and again, if you're on NKS, they're colored out, so. And it's a nice touch to have the loops and the individual one-shots laid out on your keyboard regardless. So you load it up, you can go for the one-shots, you can go for the loops, you can mix and match. Everything's got some quick access control, so we can high pass nice and quickly. We don't have to add anything extra in, and that's automatable. Same with the low pass, we've got reverb we can drop straight in. Or we can lo-fi crunch it up. And say our track's got a bit of a tuning, we can change our vibe accordingly. Now this is just the main patterns page. We can switch into the kit page here, where we can then completely customize the kit, but the loops still apply to it. For example, let's say we're not feeling kick 1 here, but we like this particular looped vibe. Well, we can simply change kick 1 to whatever we like. And then from in here, we've got individual control of each sample, so I could pitch down just that kick. The insert effects are per pad here as well. So it's not just a drum library here, we've actually got a really deep sampler because we're built as a Contact 7 patch, and we're just bringing in a fantastic sounding library with really great configuration, so it's easy to understand, taking away the complexities of working in Contact. And if we want to control those effects independently, we can go into the FX channel, we can go into insert effect, and here we go, we have where we can adjust that as we like. We've also got a series of send effects, and the reverb, for example, is on the send effects. So if we were to go back to our kit and we want to send our snare here to the reverb only, we can do just that. We can then also mix up the patterns that we've got. As you can see, we've got 16 in here, meaning we can actually take and we can set them to latch or re-trigger, or we can even change their timing. Having the speed adjustment can be super important because it's not unusual to work in something like 174. If you're chopping up certain samples, it gives you that extra grid capacity to work with on some of the older samplers, meaning you'd want to half time it to be at 87. If we like a particular pattern, we can grab it and drop it into our DAW. And here we now have the MIDI track for it. Now let's dive into the patch that for me is just mwah. For me, right here, this is just the kit that makes this whole thing shine, in my opinion. And let's grab a couple of the loops out and we'll drop them into the DAW. So we've got an intro, then we're gonna have main, and we're gonna have main variation. So let's hear what this is like. Yo, I absolutely love this particular patch. It's just so good. Let's mix it up a little bit and change the snare out. You can see here is the snare triggering. Then we've got options. We could take this snare, or we could take this snare. Well, I could just bring it up to the one I want. Let's real quickly play around with chopping a sample over this.